Peace. What's happening, though? Welcome back to another episode of the Out the Way podcast, man. I'm your boy JD, out the way. And yeah, man, just wanted to come at y'all with another episode, man. It feels good. Fresh up off that event, man, from last episode that I was telling y'all about, man. Mom's brought in her 75th year, her 75th calendar year. Man, what a time was had. It was a hell of an event. It was really, really dope, man, and eye-opening. So, like, the whole setup, right? The whole setup was just super dope, man. Like, we ended up ordering, like, because I was just really trying to take her to, like, a nice dinner, you know what I'm saying? Because I know she don't really celebrate like that. So, I was just trying to keep it, like, real smooth, modest on something like how she would like it. And, it ended up being way more, man. We ended up renting out an event center, and we ended up getting a caterer. And so we had a caterer, plus we had champagne, wine, beers. We had, unlimited non-alcoholic refreshment drinks. We had cake, cookies. We had the whole nine, man. And we had put together this tribute type video, man, because mom, she came up with the Ray Charles in the '70s. She was doing her singing entertainment thing, man. So it was beautiful that we was able to put that together with all her loved ones in there and like mix and mash it together with her singing and with her just everybody that all her loved ones was in there with different pictures and stuff like that. I forgot, a montage or whatever it's called. It was dope, you know what I'm saying? And so many, it was like about 50 some people came. It was cool, man. And it was in a city too, man. It was in the heart of the city, downtown Inglewood. They got a nice event. Well, they got a few event centers down there, man. And I'm talking about Inglewood, California, for those who may be listening that's not familiar. You know what I'm saying? Downtown Inglewood, man, that's home of the Into a Dome and the Clippers, the Great Western Forum and the Showtime Lakers, SoFi, things of that nature. You know what I mean? And so shout out to Inglewood, man, the city, man. It was she enjoyed it, man. It was something that was very memorable and it was very dope because this is something that, you know, is not done often at all. So it was pretty dope just to, see that, get that done and make sure she smell her flowers, man. Today. It's important for people to smell their flowers while they here. I think so. You know what I'm saying? I think it's very important for people to smell their flowers while they're here, man, just so they can know that they're appreciated, they're acknowledged for things. A lot of people don't be getting able to smell their flowers while they're here, man. It's not until they pass on to everybody want to speak on them and, oh, this was, you know what I'm saying? This, oh, man, I miss this person. I love them and this and that. Whatever. You know what I'm saying? Man, listen, if it's anything that I would tell anybody, man, is to the people that you love on them today while they still here, period. Give them real life flowers or give them, something that's memorable to let you know that you're thinking of them whenever you able to, you know what I mean? And that's kind of like what it ended up showing me, like, okay, like it's very important to, make sure that people are celebrated, correctly. And it really doesn't necessarily just have to be birthdays for, like, if your loved one is of a certain religion, Jehovah's Witness or any other religion that may not necessarily celebrate birthdays, acknowledgments is important. It's very important for acknowledgement. You know, don't be, I also learned not to be like, you don't have to be, if a person don't want you to say happy birthday to them, just don't say happy birthday, but you can still acknowledge the person. And as simple as that is, sometimes we may forget or we not, or we just be like, oh, that person don't celebrate birthdays, so I'm just not going to say nothing to them. You know what I'm saying? At all. You know what I'm saying? But find a way to acknowledge people the way in which they will appreciate it and let them know that you are thinking about them. You know what I mean? And that's just how it goes, man, because we are in a gumbo pot society that's made up of many different faiths, many different walks of life, many different backgrounds, and people do things differently. That's just how that looks. That's just how that goes. And the older you get, the older I get, I'm starting to understand that. Like, okay, I'm gonna acknowledge people in the way in which they want to be acknowledged. And you can look at the five love. What's that? Whoever wrote those five love languages, where it's acts of service, quality time, gifts. What else is it? Words of affirmation and physical touch. Like those are the five love languages. And people, if you ask certain people what their love languages are, they're gonna lean stronger to one of those five. And it may be, all of them, but they all don't hold the same weight to everybody. So you gotta acknowledge people in the way in which they appreciate it, not just the way in which you appreciate it. That's what makes it kind of selfish. If somebody's love language is quality time and you giving them a whole bunch of gifts just because, that's something that you would like, that doesn't mean that you showing them love at all. You're just doing what you would want them to do for you. That's cool to do that so that they can kind of like catch on to that. But if you know that their love language is quality time, you need to find a way to spend some quality time with that person. So I'm um kind of like putting those things together in that way. Like I'm just kind of like analyzing things to, make it more sense, make it make sense to me a lot more clear. And I'm just so glad that within this event that I was prepping for a few months, man, it was just a beautiful thing. And for everybody to come out, that came out, shared a few kind words and stuff like that, that was dope overall, you know what I mean? As I just analyze it and just being back home in the city. I haven't been back home in the city in that manner in a while, where I'm just roaming around the city. You know what I'm saying? That felt nostalgic, if you will. And um, just to do things right in the heart of the city makes me want to get back there more often, if you will. And so that's something that I aspire to do. But also being away and being out the way, I'm seeing the benefits of that. You know what I'm saying? I've been seeing the benefits of just being out the way. And a lot of times, um, it takes us time to get out the way to, what I'm saying, put ourselves in better position so that we can be of more service to our loved ones and people and stuff like that, man. So that was pretty dope. That was pretty dope, man. It was just an eye opener for me overall, man. And I'm glad that I was able to do that, witness that, and go through that. We just, came together, me and my bros just came together and put something together, and it was dope, man. Got me wanting to be out here putting together all kind of events now, you know what I mean? Be a whole promoter out this mug, you know what I'm saying? So listen, in about a year from now, man, if I'm out here doing some promotion on a low, you know what I'm saying? If it got some hustle with patience attached to it, you know what I'm saying? Hey, listen, man, just know, you know what I'm saying? The vision started, when it started. You heard it here first, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, that was dope, man. And it's also good to be in the studio, man. For those that's tapped in and watching, y'all see me, man, in the studio. For those that's listening in on the audio, y'all probably can hear this audio a little bit more clearer because I'm not on the go today. You know what I'm saying? But at any rate, man, it's been a beautiful thing, man, a beautiful week. And you know what else I want to talk about, man, when it comes to this content creation, whether it's social media of any sort, making content for social media platforms, and whether it's doing a podcast, audio or visual. All these things takes time to structure, to set up, to get in the right headspace, to designating time, to designate time specifically for this particular task. It takes what it takes to do, and it's not as easy as it looks for everybody. There's some weeks you might not be in the right headspace to create a topic, especially if you're doing it on the dolo. Now, if you got somebody to bounce some ideas off of, then it might be a little bit more easier. But doing like solo cast podcasting, solo pods, man, and or just not even just solo pods, if it's just you. You know what I'm saying? You a one man army, one man band. You know what I'm saying? One woman band. You know what I'm saying? Don't be too hard on yourself on what you're doing. Whatever you're doing is dope. Because a lot of times we can't depend on other people to show up. You get what I'm saying? When you want to get something done. So sometimes it's best to utilize the technology that you're able to utilize and create what you're able to create and come up with what you're able to come up with, especially as you get older. Now, the younger people, they doing their thing. You know what I'm saying? Like I was just telling somebody the other day, we was just chopping it up. I said, "Hey, man, if my whole thing was to just become viral, I'd be wilding out like anybody in their 20s, they teens, their early 20s, late 20s, whatever. Even some people in their 30s, you know what I'm saying? Their early 30s that's able to just wild out and just do all kind of stuff just to become viral. But it's you know, not for me to do that. You know what I'm saying? This is the position I'm in where I just want to, do it this way. And I'm not saying what they do doesn't have substance attached to it in some sort. I'm not sure. I'm just not watching everybody's podcast or I'm not watching everybody's pages, everybody's live stream. I'm not doing that. So the ones that you like and listen and gravitate to, man, keep tapping into that. It's so much content being created out here in this world, man. And I'm just looking at it like, okay, I like it. I like it. I like it. I like the fact that I'm taking my time with it. I like the fact that I'm hustling with patience out this BI. You know what I mean? I'm hustling with patience out here, man. And that's the mindset for a lot of people that I would like to, if not anything else, instill the concept of hustling with patience, of mastering your pace, of staying in it and out the way. Uh, the philosophies that have been very, very much helpful, man. Uh, yeah, man. Then my folks, extension of me, was able to get out to the Bay to network at an event that was happening up there, man, with the likes of Too Short, Mr. Fab, and all of them, man. I wasn't able to get up there. And so it's good when you got a team and you start building a team, man, your A team. Your A team is your A1 players, man. Your A team is the ones you can count on, man. Your A team is the ones who don't need you, but that means and you don't need them. That means y'all gonna work well together because y'all doing it on the strength of just wanting to work together. You get what I'm saying? Your A team ain't the people that need you or that you need. You know what I'm saying? Your A team is y'all don't even need y'all got it going on, y'all got it popping on the dolo. You know what I'm saying? Y'all got it, y'all making things shake without having a team up. So then now when y'all start to team up, it's beneficial for both parties. That's your A team. And so I was glad that a member from my A team was able to go up there, man, and get that networking popping. And he took some associates with him up that way, man, to get that popping. Now we finna have some connections coming back down this way. And we just keeping these lines of communications open, whether it's for the front end or the back end. See me, I'm a type of person that loves the back end. I don't really like the front end. The front end, what's the front end? This is the front end. On camera, on audio, front and center, chopping it up, whoopty-whoppity, right? Ain't nothing wrong with that. That just ain't never been my forte. I ain't really care for cameras, you know what I'm saying? Keep it a buck. I've always been a person that like the back end, just knowing that that bread is gonna be right there, man. You know what I'm saying? Making sure that everything on the back end is taken care of. But like if you look at tech, right? And you look at like software engineers, I believe is what it is, and you will have people that do both, you know what I'm saying? Some do like man, I forgot what it was called, but it's like I think it's like a front end engineer, then a back end engineer. I might be slightly off, but there's one that can do it all. But usually they have one that specializes is it on the front end, and then they have one that specializes in the back end. And they specialize in it because they're able to dive a little bit more deep into what it is, uh, and to create, the front and back end of the engineering of whatever software development they putting together. Or if you look at radiologic technology, you'll have standard X-ray tech. Now, I remember back in the day, they used to have a limited X-ray tech, meaning that they learned a limited amount just to be able to do that one thing. But if you study radiologic technology, then you're fully trained to be an X-ray tech, but now you're also trained to do CT scans. You're also trained to do MRIs. You know what I'm saying? You also, you know what I mean? Like, so now you can go a little bit further and now you can be a specialist in the field. So now you know the the basics of taking standardized x-rays, but now you also can deep dive into what CT scans look like, what MRIs look like, and dive more into that specialized modality, if you will, right? So um it's always good to develop a team, but sometimes it takes time to put your team together. Make sure you're together first, and then start to find people similar to you that you could utilize to do things that you may not necessarily be strong at. That's all that is. Maybe that's their strong suit. Maybe they're a little bit more outgoing, with their personality. They want to, be, in the mix. They a little bit more talkative, if you will, or they just have a better understanding of certain things that comes to them a little bit more natural than it might come to you, the gift to gab, or just the gift to see certain things certain ways, certain visions and stuff like that. And you might be strong at other elements. Maybe your strong suit might be, research, you know what I'm saying? Just kind of like understanding deductive reasoning and things like that, and seeing things a certain ways and stuff. So that is very helpful, man, when you start finding other people that are strong at certain things that you may not be as strong in, or that doesn't uh really tickle your fancy, if you will, meaning that it's not something that piques your interest. You look at, when it comes to education, you look at, like, and I bring that up, like politics, right? You got different issues and different matters when you're looking at politics. You got education, you got healthcare, you got homeland security, you have criminal justice. You have all these different issues that's going on. You have, just all these different issues that's going on. So which one do you gravitate to? Some may gravitate towards education. Some may be more focused on healthcare. Some may be focused on criminal justice. That's what interests me. You know what I'm saying? Just the different areas of criminal justice reform, stuff like that is something that interests me more than, let's say, healthcare. Now, healthcare is important, but it doesn't interest me as much as criminal justice reform, right? Criminal justice reform is important. Education is important, but it doesn't necessarily, that might be like second on my list, because then you have to look at the Department of Education. Who's in charge? What are they trying to take out of these public school systems, these charter school systems? What are they trying to instill into these school systems, these charter school systems, these public school systems? Who's leading that? Or they're, because I remember coming up, it just seemed like all they did was keep taking away programs, keep taking away programs. When I was coming up, and then I remember hearing about some type of grants we were supposed to have so they can fix up the school and do stuff. I'm looking like a couple years passed by, they ain't fixed up nothing. I ain't see it. I ain't see it happen. You know what I'm saying? So where did the money go? Who's in charge? Who's leading the charge for this particular project to get this particular thing done? All this stuff is political. You know what I mean? Like, some people be like, "Oh, I'm not into politics." You know what I'm saying? Okay, you a lie. You in politics one way or the other. You just probably not in politics on a national scale when it comes to voting for a president of the country, or voting for the government of your state, or voting for the mayor of your city. But every day is politics. It's politics within your home. It's politics within your community, your neighborhood. It's politics at your job, your place of employment. If you're self-employed, it's politics within that. It's politics everywhere you go. Whatever you voting on. If you got a If you have a HOA, if you have a homeowners association, it's politics within that. Understanding, what's going on with that? Like, what's being fixed around here? You know what I mean? Like, why is the pool still we're paying $300 to $500 a month for HOA and nothing's getting fixed, nothing's getting done. Who's running the HOA? You get what I'm saying? Now you may have to become part of the HOA to see what's going on, to see where the funds going, right? Um, so it's politics across the board. And if you are like, you're a renter, why is the gate broke? I'm paying for this additional security, but this gate breaks every month and then it stays open for 3 months. And then it gets fixed real brief and then it gets broken again. Where's this, money going? I'm paying for valet trash service. They didn't come, they supposed to come Monday through Friday or Monday through Thursday, Saturday or Monday, whatever. And they missed a day, Sunday through Thursday, whatever. So it's like you have to be focused on every facet of your life, or you're just going to be get taken advantage of in one way or another if you're not paying attention to the politics that's going on around you. What issues are bothering you? Those are the issues that you go after, that you tap into. So I'm not telling you go vote, but I mean, I would tell you to go vote because I would think that you should be more engaged in politics as a whole in totality, whether it's on the federal level and it trickles down to the state and then it trickles down to your city, or your county and things like that. Some counties are a little bit more liberal than other counties. Some counties are a little bit more lax in rules than other counties, whether it comes to just um, their resident or whether it comes to starting a business in that county. You get what I'm saying? Establishing a business, where one county may require 2 or 3 permits, where another county may require 1 permit or no permits. It just needs you to have a LLC. That's it. You know what I mean? Or a DBA. Some counties, you know what I mean? So it kind of just depends. Some states are a little bit more lax than others when it comes to establishing businesses, residency, just living in general, just either or, you know what I mean? So you got to be more astute, if you will, more tapped in to what's going on around you. I know people be like, "Oh, nah, man, I ain't even, I'm just, I be chilling or, saying all that little BS." That ain't really about nothing. It's about really staying tapped in for the win and seeing what's going on around you, being, where the money is allocated to. I remember coming up, man, we used to go to the pool. It was a pool down the street from my house, Cinderella Park. You know what I'm saying? What we famously call Nella Park. You know what I'm saying? And they used to have a pool when I was a kid. Then all of a sudden the pool shut down. Why the pool shut down? You know what I'm saying? As a kid, you just, the pool shut down. That was it. But something happened to the money, or something happened to where they shut that pool down and they ain't opening back up for a long time. So now a piece of my childhood gone each summer because the pool shut down. I was able to go about 3 or 4 summers. Then that was it. Something happened. You know what I'm saying? I remember they used to do fireworks in the park every 4th of July. Then all of a sudden they just shut it down. Who came and shut this down? Did the mayor shut this down? Who's shutting this down? You know what I'm saying? Like, this was fun. This is where, like when it came to the Nella Park on the 4th, Nella Park on the 4th, Cinderella Park. I think it now is called Edward Vincent Jr. Park. It's been Edward Vincent Jr. Park for a very long time, but we call it Cinderella Park. That's just like Fox Hills Mall is like Westfield Shopping, whatever they call it today. We going off the name that, you know how I go, you know what I'm saying? Where you from somewhere, you call it by that original name that you affectionately called it that you knew growing up. So that's what we do. So Nella Park on the 4th was like, you go up there in the morning, you go play basketball. After you play basketball, you roam around because now people starting to come. You're starting to smell the barbecue and stuff like that. The banger's gonna be banging. You know what I'm saying? The food gonna be cooking. And if you know somebody, you can go up and get a plate. You know what I'm saying? You go grab a plate and you hang out, or you go change clothes. It kind of didn't matter when you were a kid. You kind of like go up there with a fresh white, take that fresh white off, hoop and either with no shirt or your slingshot, you know what I'm saying? And then you kind of like wait till that, what I'm saying, you go rinse off whatever, take a towel, whatever. You wait till that sweat dry off and dry up. You throw that fresh white back on and you start to get your roaming around. By the time the nice time come in, you know what I'm saying? You done had you something to eat. You done been mingling with everybody at the park, all the families and all the different people that came through the park. And then you get to watch them fireworks, man. And then, you know what I'm saying, you get to toss one back or something, you know what I'm saying? But anyway, what I'm saying is that it was just fun for a long time. Then they took that away. That's politics. It's a reason why they took it away. I don't know the reason why they took it away, but it was a reason why they took it away. I can learn now if I go back and research it. But what I'm saying is being involved in things as you get older to know what something is, there's nothing wrong with that. It's not a crime. I'm not saying you gotta vote for the president, but you definitely gotta be more aware of what's happening in your neighborhood, in your community, in your area, period. You know what I'm saying? Because those are the things that affects you right away. You get what I mean? And now if you out here passing still and you just kind of like trying to stay low and you know what I mean? You ain't got no bank account and you just running them plays and all that. I ain't talking to y'all. Just keep, yeah, man. You feel me? But the people that is trying hard out here, man, to make a way out of no way, do the right thing, quote unquote, because it's hard to do the right thing with these rules that they created. The crooks created the crooks created the rules. Can you prove that they crooks? You know what I mean? But that's why I don't really say nothing when it comes to the finessers. If you a finesser, you a finesser. Do what you got to do. Because you can look at what's going on right now. Start looking at what's happening, man. Just start paying attention to the politics and start listening in to C-SPAN and listening in to what's going on. C-SPAN, there is no, you're listening straight to what's going on. There is no commentator attached to it. It's like watching a sporting event on mute. You get to just see what's happening. You know what I'm saying? Nobody has to like sway you to the right or to the left. C-SPAN. Tap into it. You know what I'm saying? I think if I'm not mistaken, it's I can't think of the name of it. NPR is pretty decent as well, but C-SPAN is gonna let you know what's happening, who's doing what. And then you're gonna hear all the hearings, you're gonna hear how they respond to certain things, and you're gonna see that you being a finesser is trickled down from the top. The top, oh, that's where the finessers are, for sure. And the way in which they talk and speak and do things, you just got to figure out your way out of that. Like you look at the pandemic, right? The pandemic came around, people was getting these PPP loans, these EIDL loans, all these different loans are grants. I think it was EIDL grant and then the PPP loans. EIDL didn't have to be paid back. PPP had to be paid back, but it was at a very low interest rate. That shows you right there, people was finessing the system. That's what you got to just continue to do within your state, within your country, whatever the case may be. And like it was just something I always say, man. Like the late great Nipsey Hussle said it, man. Crooked is whoever till we all straight. Take it as you will. Take it as you will. I'm not telling you to be a crook. I'm not telling you to be the crook. I'm not telling you to be a crook. I had to say it 3 times, man. You know what I'm saying? Because FDMG is coming. FDMG is coming. FDMG is coming. No, but yeah, man. I'm just saying, you gotta play the game. And that it comes to getting credit, when it comes to banking, when it comes to paper trail, you have to get it structured correctly, and then you got to pay your taxes. I'm going through right now with these IRS people, man. I can't wait till this is over with, man. Y'all wouldn't know. Y'all wouldn't know. It's going, ooh. But anyway, man, I don't even know how we got here, but we here. But this is all. I just wanted to just tap in with y'all, man. The event went great. I look forward to doing more like that, man, and tapping in with more of my loved ones, man, because I'm Unc. In real life, man, shout out to my nephew. He just turned 1 years old on August the 4th. Real life, biological uncle out this mud, man. Shout out Amir Davis in this bit. Shout out to Amir, man. And also I'm just Unc. I'm Unc status. You know what I'm saying? 1000%. So I'm here to look out, you know what I'm saying, for those that I'm able to look out for, man, at this point in my life, man. It feels good, man. I'm grateful to be where I'm at. I'm real grateful for that, man. And it's a blessing. I just want to just tap in with y'all, man, and let y'all know what's going on, man. Hey, hustle with patience and master your pace, man. Do it at your own pace, you know? Don't be so in a rush to keep up with anybody. I remember Jay-Z said something. He said, I'm not gonna allow nobody to speed up my process. You know what I'm saying? I don't care what this thing on, you know what I'm saying? My life is tailor-made for me. You get what I'm saying? And that's how your life should be. It should be tailor-made for you. You get what I mean? If you miss a week of doing this or miss a day of posting that, or you didn't make your bed up this day or you didn't go to the gym that day. Hey, listen, don't be too hard on yourself. Just get back into the flow of what it is you need to do. You know what I'm saying? To keep your thing going. Don't put yourself last. Put yourself first. You know what I'm saying? Give thanks to the Most High if you believe in one. You know what I'm saying? And a God of your understanding, right? And then make sure that you are optimal for what you need to be optimal for. I was just saying this in the last um the last episode, because if you're not optimal, how you gonna give to others? You out here running on fumes. You know what your optimal look like. If your optimal is simply you working somewhere and you always doing double time, right? If your or overtime, if your optimal is cutting back on overtime, if your rest is cutting back on overtime, make sure you cut back a little bit. Start arranging things to where you don't have to work as much overtime. You get what I mean? You don't have to work 16-hour days every single day, whether it's your own business or you working, on a plantation somewhere for a company. It doesn't matter. You have to make sure that you optimize yourself. That's it. You know what I'm saying? And then that's why you can give more to others, man. Keep your tank full on 3/4 or better, because if you out here operating on a quarter tank, that's cool. Do what feels right for you, but don't go on empty for just anybody. That's it. That's all I'm saying. So take it how you will with that, man. But other than that, man, I think I talked enough for this episode, man. Whatever number episode this is, man, shout out to y'all. This video probably go up, and man, shout out to y'all if y'all tuned into the video. Shout out to y'all that's tuned into the audio for sure. Yeah, dig. See my mic? Got my mic right here, man. My mic sounds nice. All right. That's it, man. So as I do, and I say every time, man, hey, stay solid with your solids. Be good to be good at it. Hustle with patience, master your pace. Stay in it and out the way. Real brief though. It's your boy JD out the way. I'm gone.